Hello. Welcome to week 27.
27
of Sahlen's Legacy. But also, welcome to the first Sahlen's Legacy in the new studio.
New studio!
You can't tell, but we're here.
Yeah, you really can't tell.
Oh,
You
you
might be
can
able to tell audio-wise because it's a little roomy. There's not a lot of stuff up yet to dampen things.
There's
What is
no
this?
buffer
Starts making
stuff.
noise around.
There's no what?
There's no buffer
No
stuff.
buffer stuff.
No
There's
crickets?
No shit all over the
No
place.
crickets.
No company
Valen, we are
cricket.
loving the new place. Although my poor players are so far away from me. You can't tell. They're
But I
like-
can steer straight at you now.
Look,
It is
count-
nice. I actually get to see everybody.
Yeah, we
Count how
don't
long
do
it
this
takes for this
to see
D4
you.
to get to Danny.
Dropping it down a well. Thank you for the cheers, Nazgul Rodeo. Yeah, it's super exciting. We're so happy to be here. Like we got here because of all of you. So again, thank you, 10,000 thank yous. So yeah, cool and stuff. And we'll do like a studio tour thing as we continue to set things up. Like from day to day, this place is looking more and more like the new home, which is really cool. So. And we're hoping to keep that to continue. I am currently in the corner that will soon be a tavern set. They're across where that will eventually be like painted green screen. There's a whole bunch of shit that's gonna happen here, you guys. I'm very excited. Anywho, Art, thanks for the cheers, buddy.
Nice.
Art's
Wait,
in our
why are you-
studio tonight.
I know,
We
but
have
we
a
have,
little-
we have guests.
We have a studio audience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have room for people. That's the other cool thing. That's something we've always wanted is for people to just feel like they can just come hang out and watch
Have a studio
in the room.
audience.
So we got Kenny and Art just fucking chilling because they're not doing things. They're just hanging. It's great.
My wife's gonna yell at me.
Live studio audience.
Just tell her to come here.
Can we get?
She can hang out on the couch.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, can we get like big applause signs or cheer signs so that now we can hit that button, have the audience cheer for us when we
Yes.
Great.
we can.
Okay, good.
Bzz, bzz. They have to be neon buzzes though.
Applause, applause, applause.
All right. Well, let's dive in, I guess. So what's that? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just
Before we
introduce
start.
people. Oh.
Well, it was so, perception check. Danny gets a lot of hard times through the Felted Friends. So, as a gift for the new studio, I am giving him this Nerf Vulcan. It's been custom painted to look more realistic. It's one of the ones that you flip on and you turn the switch and then it
Belt
just kind of.
feeder in it.
And you, I don't want to hit the camera. Anyway,
Good call.
it's a semi-automatic. So I am actually bequeathing this to you, sir.
Oh, to me.
Yeah, I said
Yay.
Danny. I don't, not Danny. Not Danny.
So you,
Yay.
it's so you can shoot
That's
Cucumber
for you can shoot Cucumber and all those other guys.
All those other guys.
and Brian.
Cucumber and
not
Brian and
Willow.
Chuck and all those.
Yay.
So yeah, studio gift. It'll work. Just go. Just go.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay, all right, okay.
It may need a new battery very soon.
Okay.
Dang it.
Anyway, okay. That's
Hooray.
the end.
Pachoo, pachoo.
Nietzsche says, that's a studio warming present.
Yeah, weapons. Protect yourself.
Weapons.
It's raining darts.
All right,
Hallelujah,
let's,
it's raining darts.
I'm going to lower my chair a little bit.
Oh, he's getting
I-
lower.
I'm bouncy.
He's
I'm
bringing it
bouncy.
down, y'all.
Take it down now.
I found this chair by the dumpster. I don't know if we talked about that
way.
last week. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
dumpster chair.
Nice
Unless
chair.
this is like just gotten rid of. It's just slightly worn. It doesn't tilt, but other than
There's
that,
like
it's
no
perfect.
rips in it or anything.
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
From here
Well,
to
you
the
can't
bottom.
see from here.
But it's
I want to
purely
paint a nice sign that
superficial.
just says dumpster chair.
I love this
$49.
dumpster chair. This is my new audiobook recording dumpster chair. It's my favorite. Dumpster chair. Yeah. All right.
Intros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should we say who we are?
Yeah, we should- we
like
should.
The things and the
I feel like
places?
we have to
Yeah, let's
ask
do
this
that.
every week.
I know.
But you know,
Let's
people are new.
start with
like
Andrew.
new people.
It's me,
Andrew.
Wow.
I play Bubo. He's a Quailair elf.
Apparently do
Super
that after
exciting.
Depression.
He's got a heart beast
Yeah.
named Dumero,
Yeah.
and he's got a portrait. Had a portrait. Still has a portrait.
That's a mimic portrait.
Yeah, you've been found out at this point.
No, it's a
Everyone
portrait.
knows.
It's still a portrait.
Your denial.
It's
is
the real
great.
one.
The original. Hi, I'm Haley. I play Aura Stone. She's a tiefling warlock rogue. Yeah. And we just leveled up to level 8, so we like got a bunch of cool stuff, and I'm
Level
really
8.
excited to use it.
Great.
Yay.
I'm Justin. I play Nitzage. I'm a Quilier elf. He is a wizard with a heart beast, also a heart beast named Hailstorm, half horse, half dragon. And let's party.
Get ready to party.
Horse dragon.
And I am Ryan. I am playing Andre, a cleric of Clot. And he's got just a, one of those brooding backstory kind of types. But yeah, that's all I got.
Hooray! I'm Danny. I'm the DM.
DM.
All right. I'm telling the story. So there are ways that you can help us tell this story, and I'm sure some of you know already. Some of you might be new, so we never know. We go through it every time. But for $5, you can give our players what is called Sahlen's Blessing. And that allows them to apply a D6 roll. A D6 roll to any check, damage, what have you. Like anytime a die is rolled, they can choose to add the D6 to that, and then I can no longer touch it. For every $10, you can add to the pool of rerolls for our players. So if they're in trouble, they're rolling a bunch of ones, this allows them to reroll those poor rolls, gives them another shot. For $15, you can give me rerolls, which allows me to force them to reroll their good rolls, which is awesome. For every $25, you can drop a character. This can be an enemy. This can be an ally. This can be, an NPC that doesn't want to hurt anybody. You never know. It could happen. And then every time we hit a $100 goal, there will be a boss battle monster. Although, feel free to, in the Discord, suggest what alternate $100 tiers could be. Because I'm trying to think of something a little different. Because sometimes monsters don't serve the story as much as they could. Sometimes they're perfectly timed, sometimes not as much. But we do want something big, dramatic, some sort of giant twist, holy shit thing. So think about that. Drop it in the Sahlen's Legacy thread in the Discord. I will obviously read it. We also have forums somewhere in there for suggestions, but I think 2 people used them. But it's fine. They're there. And that's about it. So, last week, you all finally left Copperforge.
Yay! Hallelujah.
You're welcome.
We tried so hard.
Finally got your way out of Copperforge. Along the way, you found the drained bodies of various gnomes who were, oh my gosh, not abandoning.
Sucked to dry.
They
I mean, they were kind of abandoned, right?
They're injured. Yeah.
Yeah. Evacuating. That's the word.
Evacuated.
So yeah, the evacuating
blood.
people. So yeah, of the injured who were being evacuated from Copperforge, they have been drained by Eldon and his band. You assume because they aided in the fight. Their payment was 100 bodies, basically. So they're starting to pick off their meals. But along the way, you were ambushed by the Iron Horn, which is Starheart's sort of adoptive family, which are a bunch of Plains Minotaur bandits. They're good folk. They rob people, but they're like this weird kind of like hippie commune criminal society. They're pretty cool. They're vegetarian, as all Plains Minotaurs are. They're not like Tanuk. If you remember Tanuk, Art's character, he is from the Red Isles, which they're omnivorous and very aggressive by nature. These guys are very much like.
What was that?
feel like the hippies from like Last Airbender. Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah, totally secret tunnel dice. Like that's you're on the right track
tunnel.
for Greyflower and his band.
That's great.
And once you camped a night with them, you all took turns keeping watch. You all were able to rest. You all leveled up, which was dope. You found yourself on the edge of this basin, this naturally occurring like spring basin between these mountain crests. Basically, it's this giant bowl. Along one side, there is a path that leads around this basin and basically along the way out, the way to continue the way you're going, which is north along the crest line. But you saw tents on that side. Across the water, there is a small opening that you can only get to via the water. So you're able to spy that, and that's about where we left you. And I believe it was midday, morning time,
Yeah.
something like that.
So we had long rested before that? Or-
yes.
Well, we long rested, but then we got into a bit of a scuffle.
That's right.
Yes. But then the Iron Horn kept watch while you all rested.
Okay.
So they gave you
So
that
we're back.
opportunity, I believe, to
Gotcha.
rest.
Got it. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it was in the
No?
morning when we got
Oh, okay.
attacked
Okay.
with
Yeah.
that thing.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that thing.
I need to get this disgusting smell off of me now.
Oh, that's
Yes,
We
that's
reek
right.
of
Yes.
smelly.
The
Uber
fart
Baldi's
monster
fart
thing.
holder.
The
Fart,
beholder.
fart
The
holder.
Yes,
Right.
the fart.
fart holder.
I smell the smelly smell of something that smells smelly,
Yes, and it's you, and it's me, and it's all of us, and it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
but mostly you.
Hey,
You all have a very solid layer of dinge and grime all over you. And
Dinge layer.
needles.
some people need to fight in close combat. That's me. But we see the water.
Yes. Yeah. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
jumping in and
Yep. So you wash yourself.
baiting off.
Are you jumping in with all your clothes on?
Yeah, my clothes are disgusting.
I'm going to find a nice little patch away and take my clothes off nicely. And
Sure, yeah. There's like that perfect cartoon branch overhang. You're able to delicately hang your clothes over the water. You wade your way in.
Yeah.
Bubo sticks like one toe in at a time, testing the water. It's like,
It's surprisingly warm.
no. All right, sweet.
In parts. It's weird. You can tell that some of the springs are cold and some of the springs are warm, and this water is mixing.
Oh, I see.
So there's sort of a current, even though it is like this enclosed basin. There's
It's
still
the Minotaurs
movement.
peeing in the water above us.
Did I see Nitsage like kind of go off by himself and try and hang his clothes?
Yeah, I would say
When he's
so.
in the water, I'm gonna use Mage Hand and move the clothes to a higher branch.
Andre, what are you doing at this point?
I don't see that.
I'm also washing, but I don't care if I'm being seen or anything. I just jump in with all my clothes on as well.
Okay.
Does my mimic smell as well?
Oh yeah.
Great.
Splatter.
So
mimicking
Bubo
this
will walk down in and like hold the portrait above his head,
Ooh.
and then make sure nobody's looking, and then like dip it in and slowly start cleaning every edge of it, making sure it's like pristine. Yeah,
I'd like to
making sure nobody's
like
looking.
dive under, sneak over to where Bubo is, and just pull him in.
Dexterity save.
Okay.
Aw. This is lighthearted fun.
We've been so serious for so many weeks.
16.
Yeah, you like reach out and he just kind of jumps. And then I keep forgetting to remind you that you can fall slowly. That is because actually both of you can
Oh, really?
What?
by nature, because you are you're Quailier. That was a thing. I don't know if I ever told you, but I
That's
remember
why I got
telling you.
Featherfall.
Basically, yeah.
No, that's why I have Featherfall.
Oh,
'cause,
yes.
You know, I could
Oh.
fall slowly.
Well,
Yeah.
you can pick
Just
any
like a
Yeah, you can
Right.
replace Featherfall with something else.
I will do that.
But yeah, so that was so every race that I kind of fudged with, I gave a benefit of some kind, and that's yours because you're like one with the winged
And
beasts.
does that just always happen, or do I have to like make it happen and like think about it, or just like take a moment?
I'd say like twice per day you can do it.
Okay.
Because it's still, you have to summon something up within yourself to be able to do it,
Okay.
but just that you're able to do it.
So for future reference, I'll have to make a point to say that I am following.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
definitely have to say it out loud.
With style.
Copy that.
Cool.
Yeah, because it's it's a first level spell. So, yeah, cool. Really?
in the water, washing my hair,
Oh, you know
going
what?
from brunette to white.
I will keep Featherfall because I can choose up to many creatures to have fall lightly. Anyway, sorry. Inner monologue.
Sure.
Hailstorm is fishing.
Okay.
He's diving in, getting some food.
Sure.
He's
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. He catches some whatever freshwater fish are.
Yeah.
Those probably like
Trout?
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
Brim,
Trout.
you get the brim,
Trout
with your
good.
bass there, got your catfish, no, there's no river folk. No, anyway.
Bass?
Oh.
Bass is freshwater?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Is Hailstorm and Doomero playing in the water together like friends?
No.
Damn.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
Hailstorm's like
Doomeral's-
trying. Hailstorm
Yeah,
is like
and
that
Doomeral's just-
socialized puppy that's just being like, play.
And Doomeral's a cat.
And
Doomeral's-
Doomeral's like the he's like the cat. He's like really diving into his owl form, where he's just on the perch, just
Well,
like,
so because I keep
looking
Hailstorm
backwards at
pretty
you.
because of my personality. He's very like I'm just here, but like when it's like playtime, it's like, I can play now? Okay, cool.
he's like the Labrador Retriever, and mine's just the cat.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll take it.
Like 2 seconds, we lost that camera.
Yeah.
So you said there's a cave on the opposite end of this water?
Correct. There is like a small opening. There's a solid wall because it all crests upward. So the only way to get to it is across the water. The only clear path is on the western side of the bank. Everything else is basically blocked by rock.
How far to swim is it?
It's like 200 meters. It's not too bad.
What are you, English? 200 meters? How many feet is
I know,
that?
I'm thinking
A lot.
what are you, American?
Yes.
no.
How many yards? How many football fields is that?
Fuck. Two. We'll say 2 football fields. That's not accurate anymore. No, it's a football field. It's like it's far. This is a large stop
large
along
meter?
the way.
No.
Yeah.
The river is how
The river is wide.
How wide's the river? This is the river
Yeah.
width. It's 200 meters. Is the
Yeah,
river
well, it's like a
width?
basin, so it's basically like one big circle.
Ah, I see.
But
We're
you
right
can
from now,
only
yeah.
walk around the west side of the circle. The right side is all basically just cliff face,
Copy
and then
that.
on the far end of that cliff face is that little opening.
Ah.
So I guess it's not quite a circle because it's just still the easiest way would be to swim over to it because being on this path gets you past and like behind this ridge.
Okay.
So getting
Gotcha.
closer to it on the path gets
then
you
you get
further
the-
away from the entrance. Is what I mean.
Okay. Copy that.
And there are three tents along that path on the west side, basically in line with that opening.
Do they look like copper forge tents?
They do not.
Ooh.
Can I send Doomeril to scout? kind of
Sure.
that
Yeah. I mean, Doom Roll flies, but the tents are still closed up, so he can't see through.
Is he able to scout that cave entrance?
Sure.
Kind of get an idea of what's just immediately right inside of it.
Yeah. So he zips ahead, and you get images back of just dank, dark, wet. He can't see a lot in there.
These images are dank.
But through like chirping and all that stuff, you get the idea that it is fairly cavernous. It seems to fill most of what that crest is, that one big lift, that cliff ahead of you. It seems like there is a large space, but his quick little turnaround is basically like too dark to fly, right back outside.
Got it.
I don't mess with any of your clothes. Please don't mess with mine.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Oh.
Aura,
Yes.
Hailstorm, will you reach up there and grab some of those, please?
He flaps his way down with your clothes.
You're no fun.
I wanted Doomeril to land first, and then just slightly grab them and shift them over every time Hailstorm tries to grab them. Doomeril's just like pulling them.
That's fun.
So now you've got some fish. You guys are all cleaned up for the most part. There's some stains, but the stench is out.
Yeah. No.
Hey, at least I'm wearing black, so you really can't tell.
Oh, you can tell.
I'm wearing my brown pants.
Dear.
Did Doomeril see anything in that cave over there?
Oh, right.
Sorry.
He did that. Sorry, I was washing my portrait. Super important I get that clean.
Should you be getting a portrait wet? Won't the water
Yeah, it's
destroy
fine. It's magic paint.
it? Oh.
Yep. Yep.
It-
So it's fine.
It's a magic
The portrait
mimic.
coughs out some water.
This little fountain thing.
And I proceed to like stop it up, like filling the dam with my makeup. Yeah, it's fine. It should be good. Yeah, good as new. Oh, right. By the way, Doomeril saw nothing. Yeah, the tents were closed. And the cavern was pretty cavernous. So, yep. Nothing to report.
Well, we do have the task of getting to our villages before the vampires get to all of them.
Only 100 of them.
Did you get
And they've
enough
already
sleep?
gotten 12, I believe.
No,
I
I'm
think
still
you
actually
count, yeah.
pretty exhausted.
Yeah, I
I've
can't
been-
understand what you're talking
I'm
about.
sorry. We still have the situation with the vampires and
Yeah.
them sucking dry the Copper Forge civilians.
Yeah, can't they find somebody else?
Can you remind me how many vampires were alive? After
Like
the
4 or
fight?
5 or
I'm
something,
sorry.
you said?
I know you
Yeah,
said
it was
4
4 or 5.
Okay.
Hard to say.
Okay.
Because they were still fighting after you all kind of left them.
Right. Andre,
Yes.
that cabin over there, is it like a shortcut to get through the mountains?
DM, would I know that?
You've never bothered because
Okay.
you know this path just to and from. It's a place you travel, but like you've seen that cave entrance and you've just assumed like, it's just an opening.
Fair enough.
It's never been of interest.
Okay. I'm sorry, Aura. It's not a place I've really bothered with much. It's not on any path that leads anywhere.
Is anybody else a little curious?
I mean,
Oh, I'm
it's
curious.
just a cave. I don't know what would be in there.
Pirates like to hide their treasure in caves.
This far up the mountain, no?
Yeah, you would know, I guess. And the tents were empty?
Nope, I didn't say that. I said the tents were covered and closed, so we couldn't tell.
They were covered in clothes? Whose clothes?
Closed.
Oh, yes.
You should probably sleep more. You're quite tired.
No, you're absolutely correct. But we can't stop. We have pressing matters. If anyone wants to go over there, we can.
It'll only be a few bits.
So you said the path on the west, is it like a drop? If we were to keep walking on the path, or like to swim over and then try to climb up, or
No, it's fairly level with the water. It's just
Okay.
the path that would lead you around the basin is level as well. So as it gets closer to the cavern, the crest actually it's on the outside of this this crest.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So it's basically going around this mountain. The cave is in this part of this mountain.
Okay.
The water's here.
Got it.
So you'd have to cross the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we just make it quick.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Lead the way, Captain.
All right. I hope you're good swimmers.
Are the Iron Horns coming with us?
Starheart and the Ironhorn are all just kind of like splashing and playing in the water, catching up, making up for lost
They
time.
need to catch up. I feel like they should catch up.
She should have some time with her family.
That's fine. Starheart, we'll be right back.
She sort of like waves you off, but doesn't turn around and just
Right,
keeps splashing.
She's probably drunk splashing. Probably exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, so we swim to the cave.
Yep.
All right.
Swim to the cave.
I doggy paddle.
Okay.
Everyone, please make dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity
Well, we'll
saving
see.
throw.
I want my mimic to like
Oh, no.
reach out
Saving
with
or
Bubo's
Save.
portrait arms and
Saving
like
throws.
Or checks.
he's so far away. I can't
That's like,
tell.
what are we being attacked by?
It's a good question.
Oh no.
yeah, this is
Guys.
great. I want my mimic
Just,
to reach out with Bubo arms from the portrait to make a backpack and like sling on my back.
It uses its little shitty hands to like pedal you along as well.
Help. Yeah.
Straight decks.
Ooh. Holy balls.
13.
I got a 4.
A natural one.
Oh no!
Welcome to the new studio, guys.
Idiots.
Idiots.
7.
Awesome. Aura, you feel something clamp down around your thigh and
Ooh.
begin to pull down.
5 pull.
We're not alone in the water.
I hope you didn't skip
You are
later.
now underwater. So you see her just swimming and then
No. I dive.
you
I
dive.
can't stop. I have momentum.
Yikes. Dunking under, what do I see?
You see it's just a large fish has got her.
Oh.
Like y'all just kicking dug it up from the murk. And as you're looking down, you see that even though it's not a very wide basin, it's an extraordinarily deep basin. You can't see to the bottom, even though sunlight's hitting it straight on.
Is it a goober fish?
Fucking goober fish.
I'm gonna summon the fates and try and stab this thing.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, dice.
Is there gonna be another big one so I can say there's always a bigger fish?
Okay, that's good. That's good.
No.
Is that where this is going?
No.
Does a 26 hit this fish?
Huh?
26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits this fish.
That hits this fish, but not that one.
That's 11 points of
11.
piercing damage.
11.
11.
Okay. Sweet.
If we're not rolling an initiative yet, can I pull out my crossbow and take a shot?
Yeah, you're down there. Yeah, once you take that shot, we'll do initiative.
I have a weird nerd
12
question.
to hit. 12.
No. What was that?
Okay, that was gonna entail my nerd question because if you're shooting a crossbow underwater.
It halves the distance.
Okay,
Yeah, instead of it being 80, it goes to 40.
Good to know.
copy that. Okay.
Powerful book.
You're not here. No, it's fine. Whatever. Art's making noise.
He's hurt. Oh my god.
Can we get security?
Security.
Excuse me?
All right. Roll initiative. It's also my office.
He's like, okay,
Same office.
same.
And you're currently not in it, not doing work, so it doesn't count.
Initiatives.
Oh, initiatives.
Okay.
Oh, actually, jeez.
Against a fish, you guys. This is our first
Officiatives.
D&D.
Stupid.
14. Dude.
Don't play coy with me.
No.
Don't worry, guys. I'll roll out the red carpet.
This is escalating quickly.
Did you mean to say scale?
Damn it! If only we had the cricket right now.
Jeez.
Brian quit. He quit. It's over. Sorry. So it was 14.
14.
16.
16.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
9.
9.
9.
10.
Oh, we took a long rest, right?
Awesome.
Yes.
No, wait.
No.
No. Yes. No.
I
Yes.
have damage.
All right.
We weren't
the
able to
fart-
rest from the fart button.
Initiative now spells my favorite whiskey. Oban.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Okay.
Question for you.
Mm.
Does Orithil's fire work underwater? Since it's magical fire.
But do you have to? But the thing is it verbal? Do you have to say it to have it work?
Yeah.
So you just say, "Whoa."
No, I'm not underwater yet.
Okay.
We shall see.
Okay.
It is Aura's turn.
Okay. I'm not gonna say Orthil, but I will bring out my dagger and go for 2 attacks.
Okay.
With the Fates is a 25 to hit.
Yes.
With Heartache is 21 to hit.
Yes. The puns continue in the
There's
chat.
Nice. Attack. Roll again. That's much better.
I should have gone after that one.
8,
Muppets has taught me well, and I didn't use it.
Only here for the hell of it.
16 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do I have?
I'm so tired.
Oh,
Like delirious.
actually, because of my thirsting blade, I get a 3rd attack.
Oh snap!
Heck yeah! Nope, I miss. That's a 1. I
You
miss.
you get those daggers
Get
in
that.
like right at the gill line, and you like crack that hard piece that's at the jaw. Yeah, it's the jaw, the cheek, like the cheek of the fish, and so it goes open. It loosens its grip on your leg.
So good.
It is now Bubo's turn.
No, that's
Excellent.
the ritual casting. But does it
So I'd
allow
like
you
to
actually cast?
Duck my head underwater
As a
to see what's happening because I haven't seen her yet.
Yeah.
And I see.
You see blood in the water. Her legs starting to now come out of the fish's mouth. But it's just this giant carp-like looking thing,
Fish.
just like like big stupid eye and everything.
So I'll pop back above the water and draw both of my short swords and say Orthil, and then dive back under to attack him with those.
So they stay lit, which is cool. But it just has this sort of like line of steam coming off of them. But yeah, they are lit and functional underwater.
Does the 1d4 work, or not the d6 still work for that?
Yes,
Okay.
we'll say yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know if it was like half damage or something. It still works. Okay, great. Sword attack. So I get 2. So we'll do that. Hit. Pew pew. All right. Well, first attack is 10. 10 to hit. Great. The next one is 18 to hit. Car.
Does he get advantage because the fish is in melee with me?
No.
Okay.
There's
Not
blood
with
in the
this
water and he
fish.
can't see.
Yeah, it is actually making because all the bubbles and steam and everything coming off of your blades is sort of impeding your vision a bit. Not enough to give you a disadvantage, but just it's annoying.
And that's fair. We're also in the water.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
The damage is 6 total, with 4 of those being the Orithil fire damage.
Okay. All right. It is now Andre. Your turn.
All right. Would I be able to swim up to the fish?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
All right.
Before you move on,
Oh, sure.
can I bonus action Hunter's Mark
Sure.
on him at the
Yeah.
end? And then yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Now you can.
Okay, so I will go up to the fish and start trying to grab onto it, and I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch on it. Ooh.
Now it's a sucker fish.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yes. That's it.
Lovely, lovely. 3d6 damages. 6. Another 11 necrotic damage.
Yeah, this fish just.
Nice. And I gain 11
Floating
points
at
of
the surface.
health.
Hooray! It's a stupid dead fish, but it's huge. It's like 6 feet from mouth to tail.
That's a big old goober fish.
They say fish oil is healthy.
I just heard fish words. Oh, missed all of that.
Sorry.
Hope it was good.
No. If it came from my mouth, you know it's not good.
Hey-o.
Wow.
Thanks for the help, gentlemen. Appreciate that.
Wow. You know. Yeah.
Giant floating dead fish in the middle of
At
all
least
of
we
it.
Oh,
have
you
died?
killed it.
It died?
Oh, all
Nice.
right.
Yes.
Oh, good on you.
Yes. At least we have dinner, so
That's
that's one
true.
thing.
And I'll just kind of like push it toward Starheart.
It does
So we
that
can start
awful
cooking
thing
it?
that everything
Darn
that's like,
something.
you know, like you're in the bathtub and there's a bug and you try to like push it away and you can't because it just keeps following whatever you're doing. It's like your motion is drawing. This dead fish is like all up on you as you
never
guys
mind, never
get
mind.
to the edge.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
gyro guy's pun.
Oh.
Let's see.
That's my daddy. That's where I learned him from.
Dracula. Oh wait.
Best we need. Get it.
A good one.
Should we continue to the cave?
No, we should loot the body.
Of the fish?
Yep. What if there's a magic scale on it?
Then it's all yours.
Would you like to?
Yes, I would like to loot the body.
Trying to tread water and loot a fish.
Oh my god.
No, the mimic did it for me.
So its scales are pretty hard at like the belly, which is probably your best bet for finding anything. So make a strength check to see if you can even crack this sucker open.
Okay.
And then we'll just let you find what's in there.
Probably not. 8.
Your dagger kind of gets stuck. Yeah, you can't quite get under the scale. But you do hear something like rustling around in there, like something in the belly that's making some nice kind of like clink clink noise. So you know there's
Is it little Timmy?
Makes a clink clink
I
noise.
read the boy's name from Jaws, but that's what I was.
oh, all right. Will.
I kept swimming.
Oh yeah, you're the first one there. You surface. You're at the mouth of the cave.
Curious about the clink clink noise?
I'm curious, but I can't do anything. I mean, unless I can take my other sword and jab in.
I'll give you one more shot.
Come on, you got this. Get the clink clink out.
If you
Let
don't
me-
hurry up, there will be a bitter fish.
Oh God, why did it jump out? Oh jeez.
Do you want one more?
This is great though, because I have room to get up and
I
get
know.
Right,
You
isn't
can
that
see
nice?
Where it
it.
is.
Cool, and I knew where it went, and it's carpeted, so it
And the
didn't go far.
restrooms in the same building.
So
Some glorious things here.
Oh, sorry. As you begin to plunge it down, I rest my hand on your shoulder and I say, Clote will guide you for this. And I cast guidance.
Nice.
And you add 2 on your roll.
Okay. That's 11, 12, 13. 13 straight.
No, that's enough. So yeah, you take your sword and you just kind of use your dagger as sort of like a chisel. You like hammer it in, and the just splits. Fish guts come out. They kind of spread across the water, blood everywhere. And like it would be a beautiful moment because it's all like nature taking its course or whatever. But all these other little carp that are just like it start like eating at all the bits. But the stomach slides out and it's this lumpy thing with all kinds of stuff on it. You see various like fishing line and stuff sticking in there once you like rip open the soft part. You find 20 gold pieces in there, like attached to lures and stuff. And you also find this very strange looking like hook with a pearlescent sort of like bobble above the claw of the hook, and it seems to be glowing with its own sort of magic.
Well,
How about that?
Magic lure.
What was a magic lure? And for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, as
Glowing
far as
fish
you
hook.
know.
Glowing
Uh,
fish hook,
shout
that's
Yeah,
what
but the rest of it, there's
Turn
just
into a
like
shark.
dozens and dozens of hooks of failed attempts to catch this thing.
I see from the bank what he's pulling out. Of course, he pulls out something magical.
So you all catch up. You make it to the surface at the mouth of the cave now.
Bubo, I can identify whatever you're holding if you'd like me to.
How do you know what I'm holding?
I saw
What
you.
if I'm holding something else?
Whatever it is you're holding, I can help you figure out why it's shining like that.
My gold? You want my shiny
I
gold?
don't want your gold. You have the bobble thing on the hook.
Oh, this thing.
Yes.
Right. Yep, what is it?
I need to hold it with my hands.
You'll give it back?
Of course, I'll give it back.
Are you sure?
When have I stolen anything from you?
Well, that's a good point. I hand the glowing fish hook over to.
While we're walking, I'll just go ahead and cast Identify.
Yes, indeed.
It'll take me a couple minutes to
Okay.
figure it out.
We'll take that time for you to enter this. So it sort of ramps inward. The water continues into the mouth of this cave, and it takes several steps for you to actually reach solid ground. There's lots of silt and things that have washed up here, algae and whatnot, so it's pretty slick. But once you get in there, you just hear the dripping from deeper portions in the cavern echoing around the corners. And other than that, just a lot of silence. You can hear splashing. There might be other places where the spring is sort of bubbling up through cracks in the walls, releasing with different sort of like flows of whatever those channels are underneath this mountain. But beyond the water noise, it's fairly silent in here and very, very dark.
Can I see
You-
anything with my dark vision?
Not at this opening. So the opening does like a sharp wind around to the left. So in front of you is just a wall once you finally reach the ground.
Listen, if we do go in here, what if there are pirates? What if we've seen tents, and now we're just going into some place that we shouldn't even be going? We have stuff we need to do.
Do you remember Copperforge?
Yes.
Okay. After that, you're worried about pirates.
I'm just saying, leave well
There was a
enough alone.
demon. There was some Nazgul.
Right, and I'm trying to learn
there was some
from my mistakes
thing.
of just going in, just jumping head first.
You did that into the water, head first. And
No.
now you swam here, and you
I
didn't even
jumped
stop
with
for
my
the.
legs first, very cautiously, like you're supposed to.
But you went head first in the cave. You were first.
I wasn't first. I'm
Yeah.
right here behind you.
You were first. We had to kill a big giant goober fish.
I didn't. No, I was still swimming. Are you here now with us?
Yeah, swam after I looted the body. Remember, I gave you the hook.
I'm holding this right now.
While you're arguing, you now know what this hook is for.
Great.
It was imbued actually from Lothland's attempt where you trained.
Oh.
You actually recognize the
Very
stamp of
familiar.
its maker, and it was made by now long dead Neled. He was an old gnomish wizard.
Neled?
Neled. Neled. And he had lots of connections. He had lots of connections with nature, and he had ways of sort of making it work for him. And this particular lure is irresistible to any aquatic creature that you target. Anything that's cool that is naturally existing in the water.
Bubo, this lure is actually made from someone from our hometown.
Our?
But he's from Lothland's that area, right?
No,
Oh.
you trained there.
That's where I trained.
You're
Excuse
both
me.
from the Green Isles. You trained there
Excuse me.
to study magic.
This is actually a very familiar creation. This is supposed to attract. This can attract any aquatic animal to it. The person who made this actually is very, very familiar with his work. Nelid, yeah, he's very.
That guy. Yeah.
Nature-based.
He's great.
You have no idea.
No, of course not.
Insight check. Of course not.
I don't even have to do that. I don't know who he is.
16.
No. Oh, right. Nelly. Yeah, he's a good guy. Makes some good alluring fish hooks. They're my favorite.
Great. Anyway, but here, there you are. You have a tool to catch any kind of aquatic animal.
Right. Thank you.
Yep.
While that was happening,
Yeah.
I had a lit up Orthil on my dagger, and I'm looking on the walls to see if there's any thieves' cant anywhere.
Yeah, there is. And it's odd. They all sort of start as like Jimmy was here, blah, blah, blah. Like minor notes, Captain whoever of whatever. But they all sort of, they stop before they finish. As if they were interrupted. But it's hard to say more. But various people have been in and out of this place. You can actually see drag marks along the walls of people who've probably brought the things in to use this as a hiding place. And as you continue to follow the wall along, you start to make this curve, and you see a lot of these items that people have hidden over time. So with your dark vision, you can see chests that have been emptied, filled, re-emptied, filled. You can kind of see that everyone's sort of tried to take the things that are in here and haven't gotten very far.
Interesting. Do we see? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. As I'm looking around and noticing that there's also been disturbances around, I will cast. What is it called? Eyes of the Grave. As an action, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic.
Say that one more time.
Okay. Basically, any undead within 60 feet, I can tell that they're around. Nothing. Okay, good to know.
So the rest of you now follow and enter into this room, and yeah, you see drag marks. Some of these chests are very sort of deep in the silt. You can tell maybe different weather has pushed that mud in from the springs and has settled this down. This wood looks old. The gold that's in these chests looks old and like it hasn't been touched for a very long time.
So we don't know what's in here, or do we think foul play has happened?
I think you were right to say this was probably a dangerous spot. There's lots of markings on the walls from other thieves and rogues that have been in here, but no one finished what they were writing.
Easy
Well,
enough. Let's
good.
just
All right, we should probably leave.
Yeah,
You do
no.
see, as you continue to look through the room, there is another opening at the back of this cavern. Another hallway, another bend.
How big is
You
it?
able to cast light?
Large.
No.
Large. It's like basically
no, I'm
this
not.
whole wall turns. It's all cavern height at this point, so it's just this giant wall, and just there's a corner.
Listen,
Some big stuff that could be hiding.
listen. I'm going to cast this real fast.
Oh.
It's detect thoughts.
Oh, okay.
I can concentrate for a minute, and I can detect the presence of thinking creatures I can't see. I can cast this spell or any action during your
What's the range?
I can 30 feet around me, but cannot penetrate 2 feet of rock, 2 feet of metal, lead. I can't detect creatures with an intelligence of 3 or lower.
How many meters is that?
Rusty Roboticon says so far this is a pretty good chapter of Salmon's legacy.
Salmon's
Salmon's
legs. Where's?
legacy.
I need something to throw. Where are the darts?
I
Oh,
like
that's you?
That's him. That's this idiot over here.
Well done.
Good.
Well done.
Salmon.
So
Salmon.
yeah, some of the
Like a-
detect thoughts. I guess if there is any creatures around, they would make wisdom saving throws.
Within 30 feet.
I'm sure they would.
That's what I said.
But yeah,
So nothing, huh?
Nothing.
For the ping. Oh.
Nailed it.
Are we planning on going in any further? Because I'm not getting anything, but not
Oh, I don't
necessarily-
see the need. Why are we even in here?
I was just curious.
Well, you done being curious?
Can I look through the treasures that are around? Is there anything that is...
I don't know. Can you?
Oh my god.
were you looking for something in particular?
Yes. Anything that might tie back to either Copperforge specifically or...
Yeah. You actually notice, because you're fairly worldly, you notice some of like Elbgabber's men have their own sort of like underscript that they use for business.
Right.
So this at one point, like one of the chests is marked with basically Gabber's seal. But even then, that's probably the age on this is old. Like it's Gabber's house, probably not this Gabber. Right. Probably his father, grandfather, something like that. As far as Copperforge proper, like official channels, nothing like that here. It just seems to be this place where people go to try and hide things, try to loot things, and something seems to get in their way. But yeah, other than that, I mean, there's a significant amount of money here. Like there's gold, there's loot, and there's things that you recognize as Kwai make. Like confirmed, pirates have definitely stowed things here.
We're seeing
a
all
long
this
way.
treasure. It's
Oh,
like-
absolutely.
and we're not picking any of it up.
No.
Well, why not?
Go ahead and try.
Well, fine. Detect magic. Cast detect magic.
Nothing.
I don't detect any kind of magic.
Can
at
I
all.
check for traps?
Yes.
But really? Okay.
But really.
But really? Okay. What is that? I've never done a check for traps before.
It's an investigation check.
Okay.
Investigation.
Okay.
20, not natural.
Ooh.
9. This buddy.
You do see that there were once several old school like mechanical traps in this place, but they were most likely planted by the people who were trying to protect the treasure that you are currently looking at. They're as old shit and worn down as the boxes that you're currently looking at.
Non-functional?
Non-functional.
Non-functional.
Huh. Looks just abandoned. Though.
Right, what he said. There's a couple of traps here. They're pretty old though.
You also notice the size of the chest.
See, look, and I
and the
point them-
quantities of gold and wealth continues closer toward that bend.
Huh.
Well,
Bubo, on
Yep.
Aura, are you able to cast light on anything?
nope. I don't cast
Wait,
things.
let me see. I don't think I carry that one.
I just have a sword.
I mean, all of our torches are probably doused right now.
I mean, I can. Oh no, I
I mean,
can't.
I've got
Never
my
mind.
I've got my dagger that's lit right now.
Yes, but I want to cast it on my crossbow and fire into the darkness and see what happens.
Well, let's.
Could I light his crossbow bolt on fire with my
Just
fourth?
can we just wait a second, please?
All right.
All right, take your time, tired boy.
Arcane Eye. It makes no mention of not being able to see or not see in the dark. It is a magical eye. would that be able to see in the dark because it's magical?
I'll say yes. It can cut through the darkness. Sure.
Great.
What are you trying to do with it?
Well, I have this spell here that I can cast, and I think it'd be very beneficial for us and very safe for all of us. So, if you'd please, I'm going to sit down and just,
Sitting down is very safe.
and I'm going to cast Arcane Eye. I mentally receive visual information from the eye. It's basically another form of hailstorm, but no, it's a small little eye. I can go through openings as small as 1 inch in diameter. But it does have dark vision. Excuse me. Mentally receive visual information from the eye, which has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet.
Nice.
The eye can look in every direction. As an action, I can move the eye to 30 feet in any direction. There is no limit how far away the eye can move,
That's
Great.
cool.
but it can't enter another plane of existence. So I'm going to just use this thing to sit and just look through.
Yes, fly your drone
please.
all the way to.
Basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm flying a drone. Yeah.
Yeah. So this eye jets out. Where do you summon it from? What does it look like to you?
I'm assuming it's just kind of. If I'm there, I'm definitely like kind of forming it. It's like the little hand and kind of shooting it up. And then once I have it, it's basically. I'll say, I almost feel like the orb from that Haunted Mansion movie. That little orb, the ghost orb sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't emit that much light, but that kind of essence.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, you follow its.
And my
vision.
eyes are closed for this, so I can get a picture of everything.
Okay. So it follows the sort of pile of treasure, which almost abruptly stops at the bend. And once it comes back around, you see this great room, this chamber that has been carved by hands. And you recognize the architecture as Kwai.
Ooh.
You see there are 4 sort of alcoves carved into 2 and then 2. And in the center, there is a stone hewn sort of roughly, almost quickly. For Kwai, it's sloppy, which is strange to you immediately. In each of those alcoves, there are these rotted, but still just through the silt that is here, kind of like bog people, these maintained corpses of these Kwai men and women, 2 and 2.
2 and 2?
2 and 2. So man, woman, on either side. You can't recognize what island they might be from, which is also strange because traditionally Kwai are buried. Traditionally beyond that, Kwai are always buried with their heart beasts. But these 4 are on display.
Jeez.
And in the center of that stone, you see it is a rough stone, and you can see there is a small sort of notch, like a jagged notch in the center. Beyond that, this place seems fairly barren until the eye turns downward, and you just see mountain of corpses of various kinds: gnomes, dwarves, human, Kwai, everybody.
I can't ask because I can't see it, but
I'm speaking all that I'm
can you hear us?
seeing right
If we
now.
talk to you, can you hear us?
Sure, I'm focusing it. So if you guys speak, yeah, it's fine. But I don't want to open my eyes.
How
What
about-
do you see?
Well, it's oh geez, very very profound actually. Bubo, this is I'm seeing a lot of Quailier influences in this cave, but they're not as delicate and detailed as our people would like to have. And I tell them about the corpses, the 2x2, the couples displayed, the stone with the jagged notch, and then I also tell them about the mountain of corpses. Was it below that, or is it?
Yeah, so these alcoves they start at a sort of like 5 feet up.
Right.
So basically this whole floor is just, but you can even tell there are bodies there that are at least hundreds of years onward of decay.
Gotcha. This is this.
Make a history check for me, please.
Do I like it? That's with disadvantage because I'm exhausted still.
Oh, what?
Yeah, dude.
You did this to yourself.
Son of a
Still
bitch.
Good.
I have it listed as you still have 2 blessings.
No,
No,
I'm
you
good.
did fine.
All right.
You
Oh,
just
okay.
rolled a natural 20.
What am I
But the
doing?
other one's good.
What is it? History?
History.
24.
Excellent.
Roll a natural 20 and a 17, so 24.
So you never thought that this was a possible thing. These were the stories that Kwai parents tell their children so they don't end up like these people. But there are oh no, my notes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Bring 'em out, baby.
Bring him out.
Bring him out. Bring him out.
Thankfully, I'm just looking at it. So you know about the Qui-Gal, who
The
are
what?
so the ones that are known and that by everyone. So you are Qui-Lear. You
Yeah.
both are of the winged beasts.
Right.
But there are also Qui-Gal who are basically that, but for plant creatures, and they're also the Qui-Cool who are for beasts, like Queen of the Fang and all that stuff. So they're more ground
Qui-Gal,
beasts.
Qui-Cool,
Qui-Gal, Qui-Lear, and Qui-Cool. But there is a 4th kind that you've always thought was
Oh.
myth, rumor, because thousands of years ago there were a Kwai called the Qui-Lem. They're called the Ghost Elves because they were banished from the islands for doing basically terrible, terrible things. They were denied and their heart beasts removed from them. So they were cursed to be alone, and they were through magic forced to travel north. But north to the Glasslands, which is a sentence of death. And the Glasslands are what is north beyond the Steamfang Mountains, which is where you are headed. But again, you just thought that, if you behave badly, you'll be a Qui-Lem. Like we'll kill your bird and we'll send you off. It's like sending off to boarding school sort of threats, right? They're sing-songy children songs about them.
What is that called? Urban legend or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Kwai. Oh god, everyone's spelling it all weird. Oh no. It's fine. It's made up.
I'm sorry, you said the Qui-Gal were of land or plant-based?
Yes,
Qui-Gal's
Qui-Gal.
plant-based?
Yeah. Here, I will type it in the chat as well. So
Qui-Cool was...
Qui-Cool
Qui-Cool was...
land beasts.
Land beasts.
Yeah,
Plant-based is what, more like druid? Druid kind of elves?
Think more like poison ivy. So like straight up like plant beasts.
like a Venus flytrap.
Quietly.
What kind of... what are the most recent deaths? What do they... can I tell what the most recent deaths are, what they look like, and how they were killed?
That's what I would have asked you.
Yeah.
How does it look like they died?
They're face down, but you can tell from the clothes that they're the most recent.
How recent?
Could be anywhere from a year to 10 years. No one's really come in here for a bit. They're 2 human corpses, so most likely they came from the west, near the coast where your ship is. That's where that particular the Western humans are from.
Any sign of any beast or anything like that? Like any tracks? Like
Under the bodies, you wouldn't be able to tell.
maybe around that stone area? The stone
All you
with the
can see
giant-
around the stone itself is there are deep stains of blood.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna open my eyes and I'm gonna wisp away this arcane eye. Oh dear, that
Was a lovely room of death?
that's an eye opener. Bubo,
Yeah.
you ever hear about the Quailem when you were growing up?
It's only a myth.
Oh yeah, that's what we're taught when we grow up. But I have a feeling that
They're just a rumor.
they could actually have been real.
So you believe in myths?
No, I believe in the mound and mountains of corpses that I just saw, and they did not look like any
In that room
Quaigal
there.
or Quaicool or Quailir. They looked like another Quai that I have never seen before, and I've read a
Interesting.
lot about us.
You have.
Yes, it's called reading. Just read about.
That's what you said. You read a lot about it.
Yeah, read about our people every now and then.
Impressed that you've done your homework.
I read. That's what I do. I read and I know things.
Right. Proud of you.
Anyway,
Start part.
but it looks like that. Both of you. When we were young, parents told us that if you're not good, you'll turn into the Quailem, and you'll be.
Wait. They told you that?
Well, of course, they tried to scare me
That's
into
hilarious.
obedience, and it worked for the
Did
most
it?
part. But not because of silly lullabies.
Who's the
and
one that read too
stories.
much and then had a demon soul in his face, and now it's out of the book, and yep.
I like books.
Point
Anyway,
taken.
anyway, it seems like I think I may have found them,
All of them?
the people that were a myth.
The myth people.
I
You
don't
found
know
them
about
all.
all of them, but there is
Is there,
hundreds of corpses down in this cave.
but you said they were not all Quai.
Oh, right, there were humans there too, and other were there gnomes or anything like that there? Or,
kinds.
Yeah, you're right. There's a bunch of.
Something is wrong in that room. We probably shouldn't go forward.
Nope. Oh, I don't think we should go in there.
But
Do you want to become a myth too?
Listen, the fact that I've just discovered people that were a myth down there, I kind of feel like we should go and check.
Because you saw myth people in your little room of dead bodies, you want to go in there
I mean, this could be
and
fascinating.
become another dead body.
This could be fascinating to be able to, do some research and figure out how they died and maybe where they were going.
So you're going to be the one to bust this myth.
We.
You're going to be the myth buster. Do you speak another language now?
Mitzage, dead men tell no tales.
Not with that attitude. Remember that I have the power of resurrection.
And you're super tired.
Right, but you were the ones who wanted to come in this cave, and now you're not wanting to go here anymore.
She was the one. Where'd she go? She was the one that wanted to go in the cave.
She's
And
already
then
gone.
promptly disappeared. How dare she?
No, I was picking up a pebble,
Oh.
and
Did you skip it across the water?
no. I picked up a pebble, and I want to throw it at a pile of
Oh, the bodies?
gems of treasure.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I pick up a pebble as well, and I. Do you have a bit of rope?
Yes,
May I take an end?
sure.
I tie it around my waist, and I just peek around the corner enough to see down the hallway, and throw a pebble.
Nothing happens.
Well,
Listen, for once, I don't think I'm the paranoid one right now. I detected
I
magic.
disagree.
I walk up to you. I take the rope off my waist, and I put it around you.
Oh, but
If you would like to go in, you'd be more than happy. I'm gonna get out a sack and.
now listen. I think we need to discuss this as a group.
Yes,
We
we're right
all
here behind
wanted
you.
To be here. No, I mean, I don't have the tools to go in there.
You know more about this culture than we all do.
Right, but I don't know really how to defend myself. If there's anything in there that.
Oh, if.
about and
So
get
you
me.
want
So
us
the
to
dead
go,
bodies are in there for no reason at all.
You want us to go into a cave filled with dead bodies and boogie elves.
Yeah, just so we can discover more about something that's a myth.
Well, it's not a myth since we just found out.
Great, it's not a myth. Problem solved. Let's go.
We will be right behind you if something goes wrong.
Will we?
I will.
Well, now you're making me second guess this.
Good. Should have second guessed it from the beginning.
But I mean, Danny went out of his way to make this cave, so we might as well.
Yeah, he also made some tents right outside that we haven't explored yet.
Maybe there's treasure in the tents.
It could, yes, tent treasure.
Treasure.
Could be much better.
Maybe there's notes in the tent that say
Okay,
"Do not go
okay.
in cave."
Yes, we should probably explore the tent outside.
What if we
Sounds like a safer measure.
pick up one of these gold pieces and see what that does? From
Sure.
right here at the mouth of the cave.
I think Ori already did.
Did you already pick up? Oh.
Yeah.
And you're all good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I started looting.
She's already like, nope, you can't touch them. She's got bags. No, don't touch them.
Great. Okay. So,
Obviously, it's whatever it's happening is not connected to the gold here.
okay. Well, fine. I've made bad decisions before. Well, fine.
Why stop now?
Right. No.
Wait, I know Rumor Bird's here. Is Aaron Hook in the chat too? Because if both of them are here, we probably shouldn't go in this cave. I'm just saying. Roll call. Who's here?
Oh man.
Wait, I'm
All
not
right.
yet.
Fine. Fine. You have the rope.
I do. A bit of it.
Hey, thank you for the sub, Sharp Step.
Okay. Can somebody else hold the rope too, just in case?
I can hold one.
Do you want me to go in with you?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, you first. Ladies first.
What? The treasure is all in the mouth of the cave, and you just want to keep that in. Fine. I'm going in, armed. I cast haste on myself before we go in.
I'm going to cast mage armor on myself.
Oh, is mine not? I should probably do that as well. And mage armor.
Hey.
Out of the two of you, who would want more guidance than the other? You. Very well. Well, you add 1 to your next skill check.
Well, thank you. Is there like a thing that I can put that?
What?
You know, like, hey, you got guidance. Like, you can put that on your.
It's a D4. Just keep track of it.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
I just want to know if D&D Beyond had that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Actually, don't even worry about my roll. Just say that you have a D4 and you roll it for your ability check. It lasts a minute.
Copy that. Okay, so. Okay, after you.
Wow.
Go in. Round the curve, right? The little curve that goes into
Yeah.
the.
And I'm staying 10 feet behind them, like holding the rope just in case.
Oh, I didn't think to get attached to the rope.
Well, I could
You'll
tie you
be
to the
so-
other
you'll
end,
be
so it's just
fine.
25 feet on each.
Kind of like how it ramped in to this, it also ramps in a bit to this room. And so it starts with a couple dusty bones, and then you have to work your way up a bunch of corpses of various levels of decay to get up. And because of the sort of naturally damp nature of this cave, the rot happens fairly quickly. And some of the bones, they don't crunch, they squelch. They flatten. The spongy marrow inside just kind of, it gives underneath. It makes your steps very, oh, hey,
Yeah.
Rumor Bard. Walking around the path, the characters see a large walking fish man. He has an amazing fishing pole and a bag that clinks. He is Florp, the Kuotoa, who's here to offer his catch to his god, something he calls Dandoogle. What this is, DM decides.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
You gave that lure back to Bubo, didn't you?
I sure did. And we can just turn right around. Oh. And so we see this thing, right?
Well, let Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Give me a second.
Such a walking fish man. But is it like top half fish or bottom half fish?
That's a
I
good
am literally
question.
picturing like
if it's
a
walking.
fish with legs and little arms. Like that's how I see. Well, no, he says he's a Kuotoa, so he's a fish man.
Oh, okay.
Is that like a,
He's like the mariner.
They're like Murlocs, kind of. Like if you know World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Yeah, they got like fish heads, but kind of humanoid bodies and legs, and
Okay.
they're fish-like, aquatic.
Like Anubis, but for fish?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure. No, I mean yeah, basically, but they're little.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you kind of squelch on the bones. You just. I'm Flop.
Is he,
Hello?
Is he talking?
Yeah,
Flop, hello.
it's a talking fish.
What are you doing in this
Are
cave?
you with us right now?
I'm about 10 feet behind you.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not far behind you, so
Oh,
imagine
you all came.
walked
Oh,
out.
you came.
Yeah, you hear his voice kind of going around the corner.
Sorry.
You
Man.
good?
Hello, Lord.
You can see over his back is this glorious fishing pole made out of this sort of like rainbow, like tree something. I don't know, whatever kind of wood it is. It's this spectacular colored wood. It's all polished and everything, very willowy. And the line glows with this sort of just beautiful blue glow. And he has a bag that's like against his leg that's just clinking with every little flat-footed webbed step of his.
Florp, do you live here?
I'm here to. No, I live in the water. I am here to make my offering to Dan Dougal.
Say that again, please.
Dan Dougal.
Is Dan Dougal friendly?
I don't know.
He just flops back like over the body. It's just and he's carrying this little bag of clinky bits and everything. And he goes up to one of the dead Kwai, and he just sort of like empties the bag on its feet.
Dan Dougal.
What's he pointing at?
He's at the corpse of this Kwai.
Oh.
His eyes are like. Meh.
Does anything happen while he's this close to the bodies?
No.
What did he pour out of the bag?
You look down, and it seems to be more sort of just like tackle and things that were probably found at the bottom of this lake. There's some gold. There's some, pretty gems, things that might have fallen out of a swimmer's pocket. There's like, small notes that are in bottles, that sort of thing. Just doom, doom, doom. Just unearthed. And he sort of like bows his head, but he does it too fast and kind of bonks his head on the lip of the alcove.
This guy.
Ask him.
Has he been here before?
Ask him questions.
Do you? How often do you bring gifts for Dan Dougal?
Once every 10 years or so.
Wow.
Do they ever talk to you?
No, why would Dan Dougal talk to me?
Why do you bring them gifts?
He is my deity. I have chosen this one.
And he like empties his pocket, like his little purse, some more and more stuff kind of like piles on top.
That's the pretty one. Dan Dougal.
Dougal. What else would you like to know?
I have a very bad feeling that I'm going to resurrect one of these people.
Don't do that.
But they might give us answers.
Why?
Like, as to why these dead bodies are here, because they might be responsible?
Don't you want to know things?
We haven't even investigated the craggy rock yet. We're not even inside.
You're not even with us right now.
I am 10
10
feet
feet
behind
behind
you.
us.
That's 10 feet.
He's in the room.
Say it in meters. Maybe he'll figure it out.
That's how many football yards is that? Well, fine. Do you have any more questions for this fish? I don't think he's going to be much help.
This seems fishy. I don't like it.
Don't be rude. Florp,
Good.
that marking in the door over there, do you know what opens it?
I saw someone once
You did?
with opalescent stone. Didn't work.
What happened to them when they tried?
Nothing. They left. Frustrated.
Do you have
He
any...
starts going in his pockets to find more stuff to like put on this corpse.
Florp, do you have any idea why there's so many bodies in this room?
Never stopped to think about it.
Well, now that you're stopped, can you think about it?
He like turns his head sideways so his eye can look down.
He just never sees them. They're not in his outline.
Right. He's like,
Well, Most of them have been stabbed in back, throat cut. Don't know why.
What did you?
I remember.
Go on.
Glowy stone made rock glow,
Glowy stone made rock glow,
but
And-
they couldn't figure it out.
but they couldn't figure it out.
So they left.
He like ties a ribbon around the ankle of the corpse.
Is the glowy stone still here?
I don't know.
He starts kind of like his flippers start just digging through bodies to try and find one. And some of the bodies roll, and his fingers pass through some of the other
It feels
ones.
like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's like
ugh.
stringy. It's like that roadkill. Like,
Yep.
yep.
Glowing stone.
What was some of the
Starting to
writings-
kind of sink into it as he keeps digging.
It's like starting to swim.
Did you read any of the glyphs on the front of this cave at all?
I could read the thieves' can't. Were there glyphs on the outside of this cave?
Writing. There was writing on the front of this cave. Sorry.
There was writing, but yeah, it was all sort of like blah 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 was here. They're all like braggarts, being like, aha,
Oh, I see,
we
I
were
see.
smart enough to hide our treasure here, haha. And all of them didn't get to sort of finish their entries.
Interesting. That gives me an idea.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna write something.
Are there any Is there any writing in this room?
Make an investigation check, please.
6.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Did my arcane eye see any of those writings? Was it too high up or?
I'm not sure.
I don't think I've been. I wasn't
Yeah.
looking for it. I
Yeah.
was looking at the majority of the general area. Okay. But what were you looking for?
It's just interesting. I kind of noticed a pattern in the messages on the walls outside.
What was the pattern?
Well, everyone was bragging about their accomplishments of hiding their treasure here or finding this spot, and none of them finished. So, that just gives me an idea. Does anyone have any charcoal or anything to write with?
I mean, I'm sure there's enough.
Sure, I do. I probably have some, just
borrow
because.
I'm sure if we just break off pieces of rock around here, that might do for to scrape against the other rock of the cave.
I would say, like, would you say if since I have a tinderbox, some of the wood would have turned to charcoal by now from use?
Yeah, I mean,
Enough
there's enough to like make like smudge your finger and write something.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna kneel down to there's no like floor. It's all bodies in here, right? On the floor, there's no exposed floor.
Yeah, except for by the entrance, like that little ramp up, there is some floor left. But yeah,
It's like
there's
sand and
walls
rock,
accessible to you.
or like. what
Yeah,
kind
the walls are stone, and
Right.
then the floor is also stone, but heavily covered in silt.
of- so, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll find a wall space then, and then in thieves' can't, I'll write. A humble fool has stumbled upon this place.
As your last line enters, the edges of it start to just sort of illuminate, and the walls of this cavern start to just light up in very, very tiny, tiny writing. You recognize it as Kwai script, but not one that you know. But it's incredibly small. It's decorative more than it is informational. And it backlights these corpses and from underneath and all of that. But the stone remains dark.
Well, that's something. This is something.
Impressive.
You look around and you see that oh no, what was his name?
Florp?
Florp is you can't see him anymore. He's so deep. But you can still hear him digging.
Florp. What did the stone look like specifically? Do you remember?
Opalescent, whitish.
How big?
You see like this little finger like emerge from the goo and point to the notch in the stone.
That big.
Starheart's gem is pink, right?
Green.
Green. Okay.
Not white.
And you look at the cut, and it's this sort of almost like, not quite lightning shaped, but there is like a jagged mix. So it's almost like two lines sort of against each other like this. It gives you the impression of some sort of crystalline stone.
Interesting. Do we have anything with that?
Perhaps this stone we're looking for might be in the tents outside.
Might be in the where?
The tents?
You think that's why they're here? Whoever they may be?
Whoever might have been trying, they might have given up and got killed or something in those tents out there.
Oh. Now we're curious, aren't we?
Well, the fact that he's not immediately bursting into flames right out here, it seems very safe enough.
Because I keep Dan Dougal happy.
And he like crawls back out, and he's like got some purses and things that he's pulled from the bottom. He's laying it at the feet.
Interesting.
And you're doing a great job at it.
Bubo, care to go up to the tents?
Oh, now you want to go to the tents.
No,
Thank you for the sub,
do.
Jedi Mind Tricks. Wee.
I'll stay here.
You can't suggest.
Oh, you want me to go all by myself?
I'll go with
Not that I have a problem with that, but last time we split up, it didn't go so well.
These people are all stabbed in the back, their throats are cut. We stay in pairs.
Okay.
you. Yes.
So, Bubo and Andre, go and see what you can find in the tents. We'll stay here.
Be back in a bit.
All right. Oh, God, we're splitting the party.
Yeah, why?
What are we doing? Oh, no.
Some people just like to watch the road burn.
So yeah, me and Andre head outside to the tents.
Okay, so in order to get to the tents, you have to swim your way back across and then go around.
Okay.
And you do so easily, although you have to kind of bump up against the fish corpse, which follows you to the other shore, which you're now able to pull onto land finally because it's on the other edge.
Gotcha.
You walk your way over to the tents, and you hear quiet conversation happening, all male voices, but not Gnomish.
Not Gnomish.
Do any of you speak Dwarvish?
I do not.
No. So you don't know what they're saying to each other, but they sound fairly jovial. They seem to be having a good time, like laughing, joking. You can hear kind of like back smacks, and there's drinking going on inside these tents. They're fairly sizable, but they're also little people, so they've got plenty of room.
And none of the tents have any drawn curtains or anything like that. No, we can't see inside any
No,
of them.
they're completely like.
Well, it sounds like someone's on the inside, but I don't want to cause a disturbance. If we announce our presence some way, as kindly as possible, perhaps they'll give us an audience that doesn't involve a knife to the throat.
I agree. How do you propose?
Perhaps we is there like a central like fire pit or something in this camp, or
No, actually, there is not. They just sort of seem to be chilling. Yeah, just in their tents.
I say we lay our swords on the ground in front of us, sit down, and let them know we're here.
Suppose you don't want to scout around the camp to see if there's anything else going on.
I feel that the answers we seek might be with the gentleman inside. I don't know. If you'd like, we could take a look around first, but that might also, if we raise any suspicions.
Doomro won't.
Very well.
I send Doomro to just scout the perimeter.
Sure.
To see if there's anything of interest, of note, anything we should be worried about.
Mitchie, I hope they don't encounter any intense monsters while they're all split up.
Rumor burn. Doomeril does see so the tents are staggered 1, 2, 3. The third one furthest back, obviously. But behind the third one, there is a cart and a donkey And inside that cart, there's some sealed or some wound up leather bags that are stuffed full of something lumpy and fairly massive. And then there's some like rations there as well that can keep. So like barrels of salted food and some of the things. They're clearly marked with imagery as opposed to script. So you're able to, Doomerl kind of flashes those images back to you so you can see. It just seems to be like they're here to collect something. They're in the process of collecting it. And they're not
collecting's
done.
probably in the bag, I'm assuming. All right, so they've got a cart with a donkey.
Oh, okay.
Donkeys make noise.
Understood.
All right, good. Inside the cart are bags filled with something.
Right.
Yep. That could be the something we're looking for.
Possible.
What if we just check the bags?
Like you said, donkeys make noise.
Yep, so be very quiet about it.
And if we're wrong, and we have searched these people for no reason, they will not want to give us answers.
Then we run really fast.
How about this? I go and ask. Make a distraction by being the only one here. You go and search the cart. If something goes wrong, we both run.
Thank you for the sub, Rickety Cat.
Rickety cut. What could Doomerl get inside one of those bags to open it
he
just to
would-
see what's inside?
He would have to like tear through the knot with his beak. Because it's also a leather strap binding it shut.
So it's probably not super effective. Great. I still don't like the idea of even faking that we're stealing from these folks. Could make things worse. Perhaps we try your idea then.
I'm just not sure entirely that they would be having an entire bag full of those rocks that we're looking for.
Right.
But if you'd like to try it first, we could. And if we cause a disturbance, we dive back into the lake, and
And they'll probably come hunting us down.
at least then we'll join our party.
And then the other thing can hunt us down.
And I suppose.
Yep. No, civil approach for once.
Very well. So I kind of go up to where I think is the leader's tent or whatnot. Put my mace and crossbow in front of me and just kind of sit down. I also like take off my outer robe, so it's like bare arms. What? Fuck you.
Nice bear arms.
Ha ha ha.
You and your hairy bear arms.
We take it back.
And just kind of lay it around me. Boobo,
Yes.
present yourself.
Clip it. Can we make that a thing? What do you call it?
A gift?
No, the little commands in chat.
Oh.
It's like
And
the
he's
first
good.
sexual thing we've said all night. We've been doing pretty good.
Huzzah.
All right.
Steve is not.
So you've
So I sit down next to you and I
Yes.
take my portrait and I put it in front of me and present.
yourself.
That's
Great.
Eh?
Leave your weapons on the ground so you know that we're in peace.
My eyebrows. They're doing a thing. Yeah.
It's
I'm
very
presenting myself. You get it?
the portrait
Yes.
is matching.
It's very, very good.
All right, fine. And I set my short swords, my longbow down.
All right.
To those in the tent, we come with great tidings. Please, we ask for an audience with you.
Yeah.
Good tidings and great joy. Right.
Does anybody know?
we bring frankincense and good tidings.
Joy.
Good day.
All your bits
And
belong to
then I
us.
says the holy silver, and you just hear thump, thump, thump. Tent opens, tarp spreads. What are you doing? Sitting down? Stand up! Come on in.
We just
All right.
wanted to be sure that you knew our intentions.
I grab my portrait.
Yeah, you see this fairly friendly looking dwarf, sort of covered in like dirt and soot. He's got a leather apron on. He's got a bunch of tools on his belt along with a small pick. When he opens this thing, and you see one more fellow in there with him, and you could tell the other conversations are coming from the other two tents. But there isn't a fire in this tent, but there's a sort of pile of red stones that are emanating heat that they're sort of using as just a way to keep warm. There's some like comfortable like cushions that they're sitting on. They've got, of course, a too large keg of beer in their tent that they're just kind of pouring from, and he grabs a couple extra tankards and hands them to the two of you.
Much obliged.
Right. Oh, no worry. I am Gilbert Mudminer. Absolute pleasure to meet you.
And so while you two are having all of this fun, we cut back to the room of death. And you two.
Lovely room of death.
Juxtaposition.
So, Florp, what kind of people are you? What do you call it?
Koatoa. Fishman.
Oh, fishman. Oh, very nice. Where? I feel like I'm on like a rock or something, like a rock just kind of sitting there cross-legged.
Yeah, you found like one little jutting stalagmite that is not a corpse, and
Right.
you're just like, it's like your butt and your heels are like right next to each other. You're sort of balancing on it.
Yeah. Do you live close by
I live in Lake.
the lake? It's a deep lake.
Very deep
A whole city, a whole village, a whole town.
village.
Village. Interesting. Well, they should be back any moment now, right?
I've been thinking of new things to give
Uh-oh.
to Dandul.
Okay.
Your first new thing I've seen.
What's the first new thing you've seen?
Like it doesn't. His expression doesn't change from the wall-eyed sort of friendly gaping fish mouth, but he sort of reaches across his back, and that glowing line of his fishing rod just
Shit.
it casts and it like just wraps, it lassos around you.
Oh shit.
And you just feel it binding around your torso.
I'll give you to the Dandoodle. Maybe then he'll give me gift.
No, Aura!
It starts just dragging you in.
I'm gonna try to use the fates to cut the line. Oh, this is not gonna go well.
Meanwhile, back at camp,
Cut back to the board.
we're just drunk singing songs.
Math. 21 to hit.
It hits. But sorry, this is a spiritual weapon? This is a
It's fates,
you got?
my magical weapon.
magical weapon.
Yeah.
You hit the line, it causes a notch in your blade.
Whoa.
You hit it with full strength, and this line does not give.
The thread won't cut.
Shit! I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on the fishes. Fishy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Poor.
Yeah,
Damn
poor
it.
fishy.
No, it's just a
poor
fish,
murderous
man.
fish.
That's an 11 to hit.
To 11.
That does not hit.
Okay. All right. He might be too stupid to feel this.
Wow.
Are we in initiative or are we just freaking scrambling?
I'll let each of you make. I'll let you make. Oh no, I'll let you. No, you've both done a thing. So yes, now let's do initiative.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's good.
That's good.
That's good. It's good.
It's good.
I just watched it the other day. Actually. Peanut. 11.
11.
11.
25
Oh dang.
plus 7 initiative.
I guess you're first.
Sweet.
Jeez.
Aura, it's your turn.
Okay. So I remember that I did haste before I came in here. So that's I'm gonna say, Florp, you do not want to keep us in this cave. But he's not giving up, is he?
No,
He's still reeling. All right, then I'm
Yeah,
going
he's-
for the attacks. Since I saw that it's not working, I'm gonna. Okay, so oh lord, I have to math now because I have more stuff. So I have 4 attacks. Yeah, 4 attacks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And
Bye,
if he's
4.
is he still kind of a ways away?
Hmm?
Is
Him?
he still, like, a ways
he's
away?
like up against that wall where where that the dead Kwai Kwai Lem is.
I was just asking for sneak attack reasons,
Oh, sure.
just in case.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So the first one, fates. Okay, that's a 21 to hit. Okay, and then second attack with the fates. Stop rolling. It's
That's awful.
a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
Third attack with heartache is a 14 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, and then last attack with the fates.
Whoa.
No!
No.
I got more.
What was the first one? Sorry.
The first hit was like a 21.
Okay, then yeah.
And then the last one will hit. That's I think that's also 21. 14 plus 8. 22.
All right.
22.
Nice.
They all hit.
Okay.
Jeez.
So that's D8. 3 with the fates. 1 with this. Modifier.
Right. Good job.
Sneak
Oh my
attack
God.
is 2d6, so I'd add 5 to this. Okay. 18, 22,
Calculator, bud.
32 points of damage.
Dang.
Oh, and Orthil's lit, so that's fire damage.
Dang.
Plus 6 points of fire damage.
All right.
Light him up.
Sneak attack, yeah. I said let him go.
No, must make.
Man, he's got lots of problems. It's a really silty pond.
Sorry. Die.
I believe
He
you.
seems very intent on trying to please what he has decided is his god. But it is now Nitsage's turn. So you are currently, before you can take an action, you've been pulled off of your little stalagmite and you're being pulled through like the muddy, meaty mess that is below you. And like you can feel bones and teeth scraping against your body as you're
Am I
being yanked through.
Here like this, or am I here like this?
He's got you around the chest. So it's like every time he yanks, that's what brings your face down.
Are my arms free?
Your
or
arms
my
are free. Your arms are free. It's,
Okay.
it's around your ribs. So it's
Okay.
like you were probably like, no, and it went,
Oh, right. And then I'm just like, oh, it's like getting through this. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Go on.
I'll cast. I saw that it was that it had resisted her magical sword or
Yes.
sword, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to touch the line and cast counterspell on the line
Ooh.
at 3rd level. Does it do anything?
Yeah. The line goes dim.
Oh, sorry, bud. Oh, that worked. And it's a reaction. That's a reaction. How does that work with as an action in my turn?
Would you want to be casting Dispel Magic instead?
Oh, yeah, Dispel Magic.
Oh, sorry. I did mean that. Where is that? Oh.
Oh, you don't have it?
You out of spell slots? I saw it. Go back up. Oh, that's Detect Magic.
Dispel Magic, isn't that like a 3rd level, though?
Sorry, I don't have Dispel Magic.
Ruh-roh.
So Counterspell will not work, then, will it? Oh, no, it's in the process of casting a spell.
Oh, in that case,
So, yeah, no.
never mind. It's blue and bright.
Still there.
Yippity doo.
Still there. Fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna cast Icy Freeze icy hot at him. So
Icy
Orthil, and then cast at him.
Sure.
That way.
Ooh, that'd be cool if you like touch the line and it like zooms like up the line.
Yeah, I was thinking about shocking grasp. But I'm on the line. Son of a biscuit.
I think we have we have one reroll. Want to use it? Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
You know what? I have a blessing too. Oh no, I have this. Is this ability check or?
It's a +4 to it. And it's a skill check though.
Oh, just a skill check.
Yeah. Do you have inspiration still too?
I'll use a blessing for +6.
2.
Oh.
Reroll.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nah, is a 12 hit?
It does not.
Reroll.
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 We want to use a reroll on this?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Fine, we'll use a reroll. Using other dice.
How many rerolls do we have?
None now, I believe.
Now we
Less.
need more.
Oh no.
Less.
Oh, less.
Who wants to be our first? We already had done. I'm just kidding. Who wants to give the first reroll in the new studio?
So, I'm gonna try and use my movement to like, maybe try and get up while he's pulling me, or maybe like turn around to put my feet in the ground. Can I try that as a movement?
People.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do that.
You do that. So you like you dig your heels in and you're kind of like mushing through a bunch of stuff until you catch maybe a hip bone and some other things that begin to drag on other
Hip
body
bone
elements,
connects to
and they
the
just kind of
leg
like
bone.
connect to each other until it slows you down enough to sort of stop and give him something to.
And then I'll tell
fight against.
Hailstorm to go for his eyes.
Yay!
Fish eyes.
Big ass eyes, easy
Enemy
targets.
fish eyes.
Used a blessing.
He definitely
used
looks like
a
Admiral
reroll.
Akbar in my head right now. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
mine too.
It's a trap, you guys.
So, yeah, Hailstorm will go for that. Do you want to roll for Hailstorm, or do you want me to roll for him?
I can roll for him.
Well, I guess I have his stats. I'm just using like small dragon stats for that. So he'll
Small
go.
dragon. Okay.
Oh, of course, Hailstorm.
Of course.
He's hungry.
Let's see. Actions.
Poke eye.
Sure. He'll have the. He was on this. He's got either a bite or a sting.
We can call
I don't know
like
if he
a
has a
claw
stick.
attack.
Oh,
A
yeah,
bite
maybe
sting.
claw attack. We'll do that
What's
instead.
your weapons, dragon?
12, 13, 14, 15. Wings. Like he's got like scales and all that stuff.
So it's like a hoof attack.
Well, it's like claw, like horse legs, claw. Anyway, it's weird.
Horse claws.
Horse claws.
Yeah,
Got
those
it.
horses have claws.
You know, good old horse claws.
A 16 to hit. 16 to
That
hit.
will hit.
The eye. It's 1d4.
Light up the eyes, boys! Light up the eyes!
Yeah, cool. Copy that.
It's from 3 ninjas.
It is from 3 days.
Oh.
4, 5. 5 points of piercing damage to its eye.
Shink, shink.
Yeah, that eye pops like a grape.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
And he gets up and kind of flies, like hits it, and
Yeah.
then like flies up a little ways.
And it was how much damage, sir?
3, 4, 5 points.
5. All right. It's now his turn. And he's gonna continue to sort of reel you in, but he's now got the rod sort of planted in
Yep.
this little. He's got like a little hook
He's
in his
deep
belly.
sea fishing me.
So yeah, so he's one handing the reel, continuing to pull you in. He's
got
gonna
a
make a
little quint.
strength check to see if you can fight against your ground. Actually, could you make a
Sure
strength check
can.
as well?
Oh.
Check.
You can add the d4 to your...
You're fine. He rolled a nat 1.
Well, because I had roll with disadvantage anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but you're not going to roll a 1.
That's fine.
It was a 19 and a 20.
Yeah.
So he didn't realize that you managed to ground yourself. So he
Okay.
like goes in with the full thing while his hand was pulling out a sword
Uh-huh.
to like basically like impale you when he
Oh,
pulled
right.
you up.
Yeah.
But because of that jerk and he wasn't expecting it, he just whoa just into the bodies. And you just see his little flipper feet kind of like kicking for a second, and you hear a yelp as he's cut himself on his sword.
Oh.
Sorry, bud.
By now,
Almost
that
feel
D4
bad.
would have expired.
Oh, well, thanks
Almost.
anyway. But.
Back up to Aura.
Warm up. Okay, I guess I see him dive in, but I still see his feet, right?
Yeah,
I guess I'll attack his feet.
awesome.
His fishy feet. 4 attacks.
Cut his feet off.
Cut his feet
fins.
off. Cut his feet
2
off.
attacks per fin.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, the second one is a 22 to hit.
Also hit.
Third one is a 14 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth one is a... Ooh, this might miss. No, that's still 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Fillet that fish.
This reminds me of an old courtroom decision: Roe versus Aura.
Oh my god.
Row, get it?
Roe, fish eggs.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like it,
Shouldn't have said it.
but you know, it was,
You committed to it, you
gotta
know?
try.
So it was
You
like,
You could not say anything, you know. That's an option.
You don't say anything sometimes. Alright, oh, this is so much math. This is so exciting. Okay.
I just keep popping up with
15,
Waterworld
19,
references.
yeah.
Fillet that flounder.
27, 27.8, 29, 30, 31,
Fish
32,
boy.
33, 34, 35, 36, 38 points of damage.
Oh, please
Jeez.
describe this horrific death.
So I guess I kind of fish him out of the bodies a little bit, and I'm just filleting this sucker, just stabbing downwards on him.
Yeah. He's super dead.
Is the magic line still wrapped around me?
No, it releases upon the moment of his death.
Interesting.
The line is still glowing. The rod is still sort of sticking up out of the soup that is the now
Take that
mushed around
reel.
bodies.
Yeah, I'm
Take
gonna use
that
my
reel.
movement to grab the reel.
That's a son of a thing.
Also, you notice the stone hasn't changed visibly, but you hear a bit of a hum coming off of it.
Even after he died, it's like it's still going. The hum's still going.
Interesting. Nitzig, why don't you use this glowing line to fish us out a glowing stone?
Okay. I guess I'll take the line here. This is how he held it. I've never really fished
You've
before.
never fished before.
Well, no.
Let me teach you the perfect cast.
Oh.
10 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
That's too much.
All right.
Is it? How do you turn the thing on?
You said it's still glowing, right?
It's still glowing.
Oh, I thought you said it dispersed. Excuse me.
Oh no, it released you.
Oh, released. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I don't know. Fish for it.
While you two are figuring that out, we'll
Yeah.
cut back to you guys getting like
Go back
happy
real fast.
drunk with these dwarves.
Okay.
So you've been introduced to Gilbert Mudminer already. He introduces you to his friend Hermed Leadmantle.
What?
Hermed
Hermid. Okay.
Hermed Leadmantle.
What the crap?
Everybody saw it.
Really?
Probably.
No, I was low enough.
So what brings you around these parts anyway, friend?
Well, we're escaping Copperforge.
Right, yeah, we've
That's
seen a
part of
few
it,
folks doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess up there. Don't go that way, please.
I hadn't planned on it.
Good. Yep.
But what brings us to your camp specifically?
The fishman guts are all over the place. How awful. Reroll. Reroll for the team.
Yeah, everybody. Thank you for the reroll.
Yeah, everybody.
Reroll.
Thanks.
Reroll. Oh yeah, we were checking out the cave right next door.
Have you been exploring around here as well?
Well, no, we mostly just come here for work. We've seen that cave, but it's such a hassle. There's no point in staying in it. So
You
we,
haven't been in it?
No, we wouldn't. We're here to mine the cliff sides. I mean, we generally just go to the edge of the east bank.
What are you
kinda
mining?
Well, it's called Mooncatcher. It's
Mooncatch ore.
right.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
You haven't been in the cave though.
no.
There's treasure in the cave.
Come again?
Well, there was treasure in the cave, and a pile of dead bodies. Yep.
No,
So it's a good thing.
you're pulling my leg.
Nope, pile of dead bodies. Lots of legs in there to pull if should you want to pull a leg.
now. Come on now. I've been coming here for years. There's no way.
Yeah.
It is true. We just came from there. We left two of our companions over there we saw your tents and thought possibly you were part of the expedition that was inside.
Oh, no. We're just, we've got a couple more days up here. We're taking some more down. We're going to refine it, bring it back up, and then we're going to have some of these nice things. He pulls out of his jacket pocket this fairly beautiful opalescent gem. And it glimmers a little bit. Now, it doesn't look like much right now because it's not charged, you see. You got to get it in the moonlight. And we give these to the rune makers, that sort of thing. It allows them to charge up their enchantments, but it needs moonlight.
Right, that's probably the stone.
It's possible. Like, looking at it, do I recognize this shape to the
Yeah,
jaggedness?
this one isn't a perfect fit, but it has the same general structure where it just looks like lines that are connecting in different points. This
Right.
one's more of like a V shape.
Okay.
You're looking more one that's like
Do you
shape.
have you happened to see one that's
It has a shape.
a lightning bolt pattern?
Lightning bolt pattern.
You know, up, down, up, down.
He's like, "Bomb here!" He calls to one of the other tents. And they get outside of their tents. They just start talking. And they start kind of digging around. We can't exactly give this to you. You see, this is our living, but we could sell it to you. I mean, cheap, really, because we're not having to transport it anywhere. A refined one is going to cost you about 200 gold pieces if you've got it on you. We're not going to rob you if you don't. We're just...
So I personally only have 25 gold on me. Is there anything I could trade for you? Is there anything, any members of your party that need healing?
I'm a curious fellow. No, we're healthy as punch. Thank you very much. But what have you got?
What about magically attuning my weapons? You talked about that with the stone.
No, we don't do that. We're the supplier. We deliver the hardware. We're not magical folk. We just collect the materials, as it were. They take the moon charged stones and then they use
Anybody
that
around here
charge.
do that?
Well, not here. No, back in the town in Thatchweed, which is a little further north than west. It's on your way to the coast. There's some enchanters there that we work with. We also sell them all the way out east, but it's a separate party that goes out that way.
All right, you said 200 gold for that.
Right.
We actually do have the funds to make that possible, just a little over the way across in the cave.
Right.
In the cave full of all the dead bodies. You're not really selling yourself there, son.
Yeah, I know. There's dead
Oh,
bodies.
yes, there's dead bodies, and then there is also a
Right.
ton of money.
We're good. We're covered. 200 gold. I throw it at you.
Yes.
Oh, you have. Oh, okay. Well, that made
Yeah,
my life a lot easier. Bamir. And Bamir reaches in and he hands you one that looks like it's close enough.
And is there something specific we need to do to charge it ourselves if we got it in the moonlight?
No, you just need the moon.
Very well.
It's easier to find it during the night. That's why we're just lazing around right now during the day. Can't find the ore in the daytime. Doesn't look like anything.
Got it. Well, thank you very much for your hospitality.
I'm certain we'll see you on the road.
I hope so. You've been a mighty fine folk.
I also want to warn you that there is a trouble in these parts. Copperforge has fallen.
By the way.
Right, okay.
That's why I said-
anything else we should be worried about while we're
Yeah,
out
said
here?
don't go that way. And I meant it.
Right, I wasn't planning to, but
Something came up from the depths. From below. From the darkness. Underneath the mountain.
Bubo, you're scaring the man.
I'm just saying don't go that way. Continue to mine your stone here. Just be careful.
He's not entirely wrong, but there is a war chief among the orcs that is making his way across the plains. I would just be careful.
right. Okay then. Best of luck.
As
you
you-
might want to pick those weapons up then, and I'll be doing the same. Good luck. Thank you for your money. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nice to meet you. Oh, that was quick.
Slams the tent flap.
Slams the tent flap.
Back to you two, fishing in bodies.
Anything else?
Stupid.
The line doesn't
Somebody
really.
give Kenny something to do.
The
Please.
line goes into the hole that Florp had dug, but it doesn't really delve any deeper. You don't have the same sort of control over it that he did.
I don't think this thing's working. I don't think this thing's supposed to. If it's supposed to pick up the orb, then I think this Florp would have already found it with this.
Orb.
And brought it as a present to Dan Doggle.
What if we,
Dan Dougal.
Dan Dougal.
Not even
what
here.
if we use the? Where was he giving stuff? Where was he putting it? On some kind of corpse?
The feet of one of the Kwai.
Well, I'm going to look at the Kwai then.
Sure.
I'm going to do a little investigation on the Kwai that he was putting all this stuff
Sure.
on.
Yeah, make an investigation.
I will with disadvantage.
Anything?
Anything?
11.
11.
11.
I mean, that's decent description.
Blessing. 16.
16. Okay. You look at the Kwai, the Kwai Lem, and it is. You can tell that this Kwai was disrespected in life because even the garments of the dead, for most Kwai, they don't decay. They're special burial clothing for Kwai, but these are rags. These are
Right.
like servants'
I
clothes.
assume no one died by choice here in this mountainous of corpse.
No. Actually, yeah, as you sort of look around, outside of these four, every body that is still intact has definitely been killed suddenly from behind, from the side.
Right.
Some sort of like sucker punch death. But the Kwai itself, it looks ancient. And it is hard to tell with Kwai corpses because in life they don't age, and in death they rot even slower.
Right. Gotcha.
Your best guess is this Kwai is over 1,000 years old, along with his friends on either side.
I just don't know what to make of this place. Goodness.
You said your parents scared you into becoming a Kwailin, so people aren't born this way, they can get turned into them?
Well, no, the Quailim, so they're called the Ghost Elves. Apparently, they.
I'll fill in blanks. I can fill in blanks. So the Kwai, I'll fill in blanks. So the Kwailem are forcibly banished from the Green Isles. So a curse is put upon them that forces their movement. Any travels must bring them further north.
Further north.
Beyond the Steam Fangs into the Glasslands, where they are meant to die
Glasslands.
or
to
suffer
death.
and die.
Suffering, death.
They're cloven from their heart beasts, so they basically are missing a half of their soul, and their suffering begins before they leave the Isle, and they're forced to go. Once they make it to the Glasslands, their lives are again their own, but they can never again travel south.
Interesting.
But that is sort of their curse. But it's always supposed to have been like murderers, people who went up against society, against the queens, against the kings, all that sort of thing. They are the punished. They are the criminals, because on the Green Isles there are no criminals. It is a utopia. So in order to maintain that, they create the Kwai Lem. So anyone who steps out of line, which is why many modern Kwai, like yourselves, just leave the island if you're going to go and make choices. You know you're not really going to come back, because if you come back having now made these new life choices, you would be banished. But they give you the freedom to leave.
Oh,
For the
gosh.
Amish.
Jinx.
Yeah. Fairly similar. Very extreme Amish. Extreme Amish.
And so there you have it.
That's a shame.
Well, don't do wrong, and then you won't get banished. That's why you have to be a good boy and mind your parents. Anyway, I just don't know what kind of. I wonder what's taking them so long.
Have you two made it back across the water?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Is that what you're doing? So
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, that's where
we're
you're headed,
headed
right?
back to
Yeah.
the
So kind of as you start to inquire, as you're like sort of fishing in the guts.
I haven't made it to them yet, though,
Okay.
because there's treasure along the way.
Oh, I see.
I
Just
keep
up to you.
walking.
You keep walking.
I would like to.
Who's
retrieve-
holding the gem?
I think I.
Me, because I paid for it.
that's-
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you're holding the gem. So you're in the room with the treasure. You walk on ahead.
Oh, okay. Nitsage,
Oh, hi. Oh,
what are you doing?
well, the Florp attacked us,
Oh,
and he wanted to make us the sacrifice. But Aura filleted him.
I can see that.
Yes, but now he has this neat little magic fishing reel.
Did you identify it yet?
No. We're searching for the orb.
We were looking for the stone for the door.
Oh, I've got the stone.
What?
Just echoes through the cave.
You hear when you enter the room as well that the stone is humming.
Oh, that's new. You do hear this, yes?
Well, yeah, that stone over there is humming. What do you have?
Oh, we found something that looks a little bit like that jagged mark in the wall.
Interesting.
We also made some friends across the way. There's
Oh,
a
good.
lovely group of dwarves mining
always nice.
some minerals around here.
Very good.
And yeah, they seem to happen to have what we need. I don't know if it will work. It apparently needs to be charged under moonlight.
Oh, moonlight. I don't know if we can. Can I minor illusion like a little moon next to the orb?
You may.
You can. You
Wait,
know that.
So does Boobo come in
You know
here?
the stone's not with you guys.
Yeah, he's
Not
around the
in the same
corner.
room.
He just yelled into the
Right, I thought you
Yeah.
just. Oh, well.
Oh, it's with Boobo.
Was
He's
I
enjoying the gold.
were you there when I wrote on the wall?
Yes.
Oh,
no.
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 No, no,
Oh
no.
yeah.
Oh, it
So the
wasn't.
room is also sort of glowing in this
Oh,
this ancient script.
Right.
But yeah, so
Did
she
you
wrote-
do something?
Yes, she wrote on the wall, and then this all
You wrote on the floor, right?
I wrote on the wall.
No, on the wall.
on the
Okay.
wall,
The lower
and,
part of the wall.
Okay.
and then it just ignited,
Right.
and then Florp was like, "I'm going to sacrifice you," and here we are.
Well, perhaps this is when you put the stone into the wall.
Yes, Booba, are you coming?
Yeah, I'm just getting my money back. I like to pick up 200 gold.
Exactly. He's like counting
Yeah,
it.
counting.
You do so easily. Yeah, your purse is replenished.
Before Bubo comes in, I want to look at the bounty that Florp had dropped at the feet of the Quai. Are there any like necklaces or like pendants or any like what's the word I'm looking for? Like would you pin it on someone?
Amulets? Oh, brooch.
Yeah, like a brooch or anything like that. Four of them I'm looking for.
For what?
For 4 of them.
4 of them?
Interesting.
I mean, there are odds and ends. There, yeah, we'll say there's a brooch in there, but the things he's tossed are just a whole bunch of whatevers. There's there's a little sort of like note in a bottle. There's a little small leather bound journal, which is shockingly dry. And then there are just like coins, things found in pockets, lint, like just weird stuff because this fisherman has no real concept. But yeah, there's a brooch in the shape of like a little mushroom or something that you assume is from a halfling.
And it's like semi-precious stone or something like that. Okay. I'm going to pick up some coins and I'll pick up the brooch on Dan Doggle. Dougal. On Dan Dougal, I'm going to pin the brooch and say, "You didn't deserve this death. You are worth more than they deemed." And I'm going to go to each of the Quai and drop gold coins in their pockets and say the same thing to them.
Well, that's very kind of you to do that.
It's more of a superstition than anything.
Fair enough. You know, I could resurrect him.
Let's not.
Oh, who turned on the lights?
Well,
This place
Aura
is
did.
glowing.
So you have that crystal.
What happened in here?
Well, the Florp. The Florp. Florp tried to kill us.
Right,
he
and you
tried-
took care of that, I assume?
Yes.
We did.
It's about time you did something useful. Oh, right. Good. I have a stone.
Right. So I'm going to cast minor illusion and make like a moon and try to shine it over that stone. Does anything happen?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's enough to fool the stone.
Huh.
The stone begins to sort of
Would you
hum
say
and glow.
romanced the stone?
Just kidding, it didn't work. No, no, the stone does glow.
Oh.
It sort
right,
of
now the stone's
it takes your
glowing.
illusion and sort of like sucks the whole thing inside of itself. And
Oh, interesting.
Well. Well done.
Well, all right.
That was-
Glowy stone, glowy wall.
Well, we put the stone in the stone.
Yes.
See what's
Aura,
behind door number
You
one?
take it.
Yes.
do you mind
I give the stone to Nisage.
floating that thing over there?
Sure. Is it less than 10 pounds?
yes,
Okay. I'll use mage hand.
Everyone
Unless
stand back.
would you rather do this?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
How far are we away from the wall right now?
are you from? Oh, the back wall where the stone is. Well, you all just entered, so I would say you're closer to the entrance, so about 50 feet ish.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this room is more tall than it is wide.
All right, everyone, be on your guard. How
let's,
exciting!
Back to back.
yeah, let's make a like a 4 clove, and we'll all be back to back to back.
All right.
Sister.
And I'm gonna use mage hand and float the stone into the groove.
Once the stone locks into its position, more script appears.
Ooh.
The exact same pearlescence as the stone you've just entered. It was part of this stone and is now being illuminated. And each of you can read it in your native languages.
Wow.
The script sort of shimmers and shines until it resolves into your own native tongue. And what it says is forgotten, erased, hated, chased, worn, frozen, past, woven, now unwanted, strength undone. We walked as nobles, shone in the sun, now feral, hungry, mad, run, names and castles none, rations overcome. We are the Lem, the first of them, exiled into eternity. To match one path, the cost is... to match our path, the cost is wrath. Quailem live forever. And the second your eyes, Aura, finish reading that script, you feel that hum in your body. The hum from the stone. It starts to sort of like harmonize with you, and then just... and you feel this warmth sort of radiating throughout yourself.
Huh.
And then once that transference is complete, the stone goes dark again. The walls.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah,
Yep, I'm good.
it was a beautiful poem.
Yeah, it was a lot to read.
Kind of a scared.
Did you have fun reading that, Nisage?
Well, I did actually.
Right. Did you
Didn't
like
sound
reading?
anything good, you know.
Aura?
You read that?
I did. It was in Gnome.
No, it was in Elvish.
Yeah.
It was an infernal.
Oh, fascinating.
Huh.
There was the humming. I could feel it inside, and
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean? I didn't feel any humming
There
inside
wa-
me.
there-
Yeah,
was-
what do you mean?
there was a warming. I could feel a warmth and a humming, a vibration. It was the same as the wall.
The Mooncatch gem drops off of the rock, no longer glowing, just sort of on a fresher body.
Aura, is it alright if I look you over?
Sure.
Do a medicine
Present
check.
yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna, yeah. You'd ask her the same thing you asked me?
I want to do
Present
like
yourself.
a medicine check to see if I can see if anything's changed.
Sure.
23?
She's fine.
Huh. No, I can't tell if that
You
humming...
think something's wrong with her? What's wrong with you?
She's the only one who experienced a hum in her body.
Oh,
A body hum.
I guess that's.
I just wanted to make sure.
Let me feel your body hum. Your body hum.
Must be one of those elven songs.
I'm gonna walk back up to the Kwai. Is one of them female?
Two of them are.
2 of them. I'm gonna walk up to one of the female and whisper in her ear. Show me where your heartbeats are. We would like to reunite you with them. And then I'm kind of being pulled over to the body, and I want to look over the body that the stone fell on. Because you
Sure.
said it was a fresher body.
Yeah. So it is. It's a halfling body with a knife sticking out of his back. Do you pick pick up the stone again?
Yeah.
All right, so you pick up the stone, you start to sort of examine this body, and a journal falls out. You unwrap the journal. It's written in common. And this is sort of, he's like a burglar, robber. He had a band that he came here with. The entries are mostly about like, yeah, we're going to hide them here, but then we're going to hide them somewhere better. We're going to hide them where no one else can get them, because they also have learned, like there's sort of this criminal, a lot of the criminals in the world have adopted the stories of the Quailem, but as something to aspire to. The idea that some species is able to survive the Glasslands, they want to do that too. They want to be able to hide their treasure where no one can ever get to it. So this was a stopping point along the way to the Glasslands. And you read in this halfling's journal that he came here with his brother. They brought in one of the Mooncatch gems. They placed it in the stone first, and as he was writing, is getting more frantic because they're trying to document everything so they could bring it to their brethren. But they were both filled with this insatiable desire to murder one another. And the last line is the same line that you read in the poem, which was, "The cost is wrath." And that's where his pen stops. And that's when he fell. So you assume that the brother, whatever happened to the brother, is what just happened to you.
Oh.
So they did things in a slightly different order and had a completely different experience.
You said the knife was in his back? Can I investigate the knife to see if I can tell where it's from?
Yeah, it's a simple dagger. It's from the south. You can tell it's hand forged by halflings. It's not great make. It's not an expensive one, really.
They did things in a different order. Like, they didn't write on the wall at first, and then they didn't glow up the walls first and then put the stone in?
They put the stone in, and then a life was taken.
Right.
We took...
You wrote first.
We wrote first,
Then,
then killed Florp.
well, I don't.
Hey, thank you for the sub, NSG Daddy.
Oh, thank you for the sub.
I don't know if the killing of Florp was part of the sacrifice.
But
If we
do you
hadn't,
feel like killing anyone? Hello?
Do I?
No?
No. No.
Oh, that's good. Interesting.
So I think we're in a good place.
I think so.
Seems that we did things right.
Seemed like it was anticlimactic.
I think we've learned a bit more.
We have knowledge, and knowledge is power.
G.I. Joe.
I'm gonna go pick up because you said there was a journal at the feet of the Kwai as well. I'm gonna pocket that one too.
The leather one that's not wet.
Yeah, and it's little. It's like a little bitty.
What did you? Are you gonna try and do that stealthily, or are you? What do you have over there?
Another journal, but this one it's dry.
Well, it's
Do
been
you
out.
want to look?
Well, of course it's dry. It's been out for a while, right?
Perhaps I'll hand it over to Nitsid.
Oh, okay.
And I just want to walk across every Kwai and study their face really carefully.
Yeah, I guess I open up the journal.
Sure. This is the one that she just
The dry one.
Yes,
yeah,
the
the
dry
dry
one.
leather book.
It seems to recount a similar experience, but this person got away. So he was in a larger band of, say, an odd number. And it was essentially they did it twice. They brought people because they had heard stories. So they put the gem in. Putting the charged gem in caused this infernal need to kill.
Interesting.
And in killing, they were granted a gift. But because he had no one with him and he wanted nothing to do with this anymore, he dropped the journal and basically just ran. He dropped all of his things. You don't know what
Didn't
happened
say
to
what the
this
gift
person.
was.
No.
Well, whatever you felt, it's you have it. What did you find this gem?
Dwarves.
And they just had them?
They are miners. They use it for runes back down to where they came from.
Oh,
Interesting.
should we go get more? I don't.
I mean, this gem has not been used up. You could charge it again.
But doesn't it require sacrifice?
Well, that's the thing. The order you did it in was, if you writing on the wall might have been the difference.
Why are you trying to repeat this?
I don't know. Curiosity. That's why my friends call me Whiskers.
No one calls you that.
They could. I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call you that.
That's fine.
And charge it again.
What? Fine. Then.
Well, we've got to have something to kill.
So you can reanimate.
Yes.
I.
Oh.
You see where I'm going?
Yes, but what if? There's that what if again.
Yes.
You know, I messed up with the book, and thank Sahlen, we haven't done anything to upset anything else around this cave.
Yes.
We've gotten gold and treasure.
And besides, if it's another gift you're trying to get out of this place, it's not coming out of an innocent place any longer. It's out of want.
I don't think it's worth it.
Fair enough.
Plenty of stuff to grab on the way out.
Yes.
If Bubo said it's not worth it, then I guess it's.
I feel we've learned enough from here.
Hey, by the way, Bubo, here, this is a magical rod, and we'll just say, could I have casted Identify as a ritual on that as well?
Yes.
So what's with that rod?
Unbreakable line, unbreakable pole.
Unbreakable what?
Unbreakable line, unbreakable pole. And the line, if you spend years with it, it can follow your command.
Whoa.
Much like the
That's
Koopa.
pretty cool. Does anybody want this?
Yeah, I'll take it. It'll go great with my lure.
Of course. There you are. Don't say I never gave you anything.
Does it pack up nice and neatly, or is it like a legit fishing rod?
It's a legit fishing rod. I mean, you can strap it to your back or whatever. Like it won't be cumbersome. It's very light. It's just long.
That's a pretty.
As you all sort of discussing amongst yourselves, you hear,
Night has fallen, my friends.
Do I recognize that voice?
"Oh hell yeah, you do."
Elder.
Elder.
That's Elder.
I have come to collect.
The hell you did?
You've already
What have you
been-
done with the rest of the Copper Forge villagers?
I made a contract with Aura Stone. I'm
Right.
fulfilling her portion of payment. I get to choose.
Are you choosing one of us?
Why choose one?
And you see,
Shit.
When I can choose the whole.
We have something. There's a great power in this cave.
Yes.
We know.
What do you mean you know?
he holds in his hand a charged gem, and he passes it off to another vampire.
Son of a bitch.
Please. Go.
And you hear, and he jams it into the stone, and you are all overcome with the desire to kill the thing nearest to you.
Oh my god.
And them as well.
I will never be thirsty again.
What'd you say?
He said, I will never be thirsty again.
Holy shit.
He'll live forever.
Great.
Excellent.
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
No!
God damn it.
Nail biter. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Maybe we shouldn't have been in that cave.
No. Idiot. Every time.
Oh man, we about to show down with some real players.
Classic Nitsu.
Classic Nitsu. Stay in the mountain.
Good old
Stay in the
Nixon.
cave.
Do the thing that you don't want to do.
Listen,
Ah,
Ay, ay, ay.
dang.
Well, that was
That's for you.
unexpected.
I already wrote it down.
oh, okay.
Hooray! Thank you everyone so much for watching and enjoying. And thank you so much for your donations and all of your help. Everything goes back into keeping the lights on at the studio at this
Literally.
point in time.
literally. So thank
Art
you all
helps
so
with
much for
that, too.
being here. Best way you can help us is by about chucking us a couple bucks subs and everything. Thank you so much. We appreciate it very, very much. Just you guys being here allows us to be here. So thank you guys very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.
And
my gosh.
with my last semblance of battery power, we're gonna raid somebody.
Do we want
And
to
then
let them know about
plug for the next couple weeks.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, please. Okay, so first up, tomorrow night we have a Perception Check, which is our show with the Felted Friends, which is our Keystone show. If you haven't been here before, please stick around for that tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And then I won't be here for the next 2 weeks, so Miss Haley's gonna run a 2-shot over the next 2 weeks on Tuesday nights, filling the Sahlen's Legacy time slot. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so sad I don't get to play it.
Maybe, I don't know.
So that's super duper exciting. I'm very happy about that. And and we'll have more stuff like that coming down the pipe. And we're gonna have more shows and hangouts and all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for supporting us. And I won't stop saying that ever because I'm very happy.
Thank you. Did you already find someone?
Oh no, please do. My battery's almost dead.
Fair enough.
But we did this because you guys made it possible. So thank you.
Yes.
super cool place.
Super cool.
I've been Danny.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Haley.
I'm Justin.
I've been Ryan. Thank you all so much.
I'm
Right,
still-
NPR.
I'm
What's
still-
up?
You've been Ryan.
Yes, that was very nice.
That was very nice.
And we are going to be rating
Who are
We are
rating?
Nerdsmith.
Yay!
So give them all the love. We will send you over there right now. So
Give them the love.
goodbye.
Bye, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.